Okay, so I'm here with one of my dearest friends, Alberto, and I'm in Pittsburgh visiting him today because I'm picking flutes up for my new CD called Skyloom, and we thought it would be awesome to share with you what some of these amazing flutes are. So can we start with this?
Sure.
This one?
This is a bass ocarina. It's a modern creation, so it's not like the authentic flutes, but it's created by a modern artist, and but I love the sound of these.
That's amazing.
So yeah, very low. This is the largest ocarina I ever have seen in my life.
Yeah,
But,
and so there's a fifth hole there, and then two thumb holes, and then these holes for the fingers.
yeah.
And then here's another beautiful sounding ocarina. And it looks like some kind of animal.
A bat. It's a bat. It's a bat flute.
It's a one-legged bat. There's a leg missing.
Yeah, that was good.
You want to show us this
Yeah.
one? This one's really amazing.
This flute is a funerary flute, so it's used in funerary processions. And it's not played by us blowing, it's actually done with water there. You put water on that vessel, and then you tilt the flute, and the flute would cry. And if you look at the face, there are tears running down the face of the crying flute.
That's so beautiful. When I was in Peru, I went somewhere with this shaman who had a whole room full of those. And some of them were like, woo, woo, really loud.
They're amazing. Yeah,
really loud ones.
So-
So now for something very special. How old do you think this is?
That's about 1,500 years old.
Look at this. It's a whistle.
So this one is from a very early Peruvian culture.
And it's out of tune on purpose. So there's two pitches. You can hear the sound.
Yeah, and I think that was clearly done intentionally. So that's called Pachamama, which means Mother Earth, and it depicts a fertility goddess. So that you see that she's very lush.
We're going to put her away because we don't want
You don't want to have anybody pregnant.
So how about this one?
All right, this is Brazilian. This is kind of a party flute. It's a dual whistle, but it has also a little cork inside, so it vibrates and it produces a flatter tone like.
That's so amazing. So tell us about these types of flutes and the hyperventilation.
Yeah, these two flutes, even though they come from very different parts of the world. This one is southern Chile. This is from the Mapuche culture. It's just like a single pan flute. There's nothing else other than one note. And they were pitched in different, heights, so the different pitches for different sounds, but they were used in the same ceremonies. And what they do is that they blow. So there are a lot of people playing this, and because they're hyperventilating, it creates, together with whatever else they use to ingest or to smoke, it creates states of altered consciousness.
That's so cool.
So that's that.
I remember reaching a state of altered consciousness in 5th grade when I tried to blow into the flute.
The regular people will do that. Yes. And this is from, this one's from New Guinea, same idea. So you blow and you get dizzy, and it's part of the ritual, and it's a dance attached to this. So it's also a single pan flute.
And this is wax up
wax
here.
in the top, right.
Rope, and you can see that it's been such a fascinating, it's just so rugged.
And both instruments are archeological flutes. So they are, their origin is lost.
This is the one I'm most excited about using on my CD, and it's an overtone flute. And and it's wrapped in, I think it's pretty sure it's birch.
Birch, yeah.
Yeah, and it has a really interesting blow. You blow in this way, the air goes this way, and then it gets cut right here.
Also, a very old ocarina, probably a couple of hundred years old, from northern Chile. So this was used in the pre-Inca cultures. It's kind of a pretty big one. And it has some residual kind of graphic designs in it, but it's faded over the many years.
How old did you say it was?
This one is probably a couple of hundred years only. This one, on the other hand, is also from the same culture. This is what is called the Altiplanic region. In today's world, the region is shared between Peru, Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina, and it's home of many different cultures. And this one is probably over 500-700 years old, probably.
And this looks like sinew, right?
No, that's actually llama guts.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's cane with these guts attached around, so it would stay in place. And one thing that is very distinctive is that this is a square embouchure. It eventually disappeared, and that like in many other instrument construction, they went for a round or a V-shaped cut. Mm-hmm. But these are early. You can tell when you have very early quenas. This is called, it's a quena.
Is this one work or is it?
This is northern Chile, southern Peru, that area.
Does it work? Or is it?
No, this one has some cracks. I haven't played this for years, but I doubt that it would play actually. But so it's a little bit of a losing air, but yeah, not bad for a 500-year-old flute, isn't it?
So tell us finally about this one. This is really interesting.
Yeah, and this one we should cover too.
Okay.
That's the double traverse.
Okay,
so let's do this one. So this one is a unique transverse flute, and then most transverse flutes I know, and this is the only exception I know, have a stopper here, so the tube is blocked. Then you have the hole where you blow, and then you have some holes, in this case pretty far out. But what is remarkable is that this side of the flute is also covered. And so it produces kind of acoustical effect.
It's very internal.
Yeah, it's a soft instrument. And it's very tiny little hole there. But
and the wood has some really beautiful features.
Yeah.
Okay, and then finally this amazing flute.
Yeah, this one was made for me by a shaman, medicine man of the Sioux tribe. And what is unique about this is that it was done in the truly traditional form, which is carved with a knife. You can see the markings of the knife here. And the other thing that was interesting is that this fits my hand. It's done to follow the contour of my fingers. So it's a unique scale. And originally it had 6 holes, but he plugged one just because he felt that I had to play 5-hole flutes, not 6 for some reason. And so I have had this flute for many years.
Mentioning that everybody had a flute that was tuned to their body, and therefore nothing was in what we know as harmonious sounds. But you said that when they played together, it created overtones, right?
Right. Well, on these particular cases, these flutes were solitary instruments. So it was normally the young warriors. It was part of many tribes. It was part of the initiation ceremonies where the young warrior had to make his own flute and also play it, and the scale is unique. So they weren't supposed to be played with other people.
Yeah.
So there are instruments where, because the tradition was that you would take your flute or your song and search for a song, and you came back only after you found your song.
Kind of like a vision quest.
It is a vision quest. And in many traditions, the song still keeps the name of the person, the original warrior that went in the quest of that dream. But the dream was actually a song. And it was either a flute, and the flute was made by them.
And this is what this looks like.
Yeah, it's a beautiful instrument in that it was done in the most authentic way. That, you know, modern Indian flutes are made in a lathe, many of them. This one was carved with a knife, and it's just a beautiful instrument.
Yay!
Yay!